everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Turnovers are always key, and they'll be even more important in a game where both teams come in ranked in the top 10 in turnover differential. It's the Bears going up against the Cardinals. So, with the call of this Week 16 matchup, let's hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix at University of Phoenix Stadium here in Glendale. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Chicago Bears and the Arizona Cardinals. Play fake here on first down. Surveying the field. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Ooh, with a juke. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And here is the Cardinal defense.
Deion Buchanan was drafted as a safety, but makes many of his plays as a linebacker in their scheme.
He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is that now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
The 3rd and inches, you pretty much expect to see straight-ahead runs, and this one doesn't quite go that way. It certainly didn't help him trying to pick up a first down.
Yeah, tried to get to the outside, lost yardage. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So, of course, they wanted to find the end zone, but when you go on the road and your first drive results in points, I think you're pretty happy.
You have to be, because you've taken it to the home team in this case. And while you may not have shut up the home crowd, you've quieted them down a little bit. Good way to start.
Cook. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Well, the coaches mentioned they weren't as concerned about big play offense. They thought they could get some shorter, quicker stuff and be consistent. And that's kind of what they showed there.
What they saw in preparation, what they saw in film, is a defense that likes to get out fast in terms of coverage, meaning they either bail out or they give them a lot of space to throw the underneath stuff. So they decided they'd take advantage of it and worked on it hard in practice this week.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
Now Cook. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And now this offensive unit, we get a look at their starters. They put up good numbers last week, looking to carry that forward.
Yeah, Brandon, they saw the numbers from last week. They expect to at least replicate them. They think that they can put up bigger numbers this week. They are a confident bunch.
Tough spot for the offense, 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. He's got time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 59 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The starting 11 defensively for the Bears.
Eddie Goldman's everything you want in a defensive tackle. A run stuffer who can move upfield and rush the passer.
He'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Wide open receiver complete. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
They'll set up a throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Wide open receiver, complete. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. So completion on second down, that brings up third. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding time. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Back to throw here. This will be caught at about the 6. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They come out here in the eye. They're going to run this with a tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, here we go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And this one is right through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
All right, here we go.
Throwing, Cook. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. A good pickup there at 22. Minutes to go here in the first half. More from the desert after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now.
They come up in an offset eye. A first down carry here for Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Cook. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. And he connects with Ebron. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
They were full-scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his man on the out route. It's a gain of 20 that time. And the Cards are going to have a first down.
That was a nice completion on an out route. And those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Second and goal. Defense digging in again here. And he's going to find his way forward here for a modest gain. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So some urgency here for the offense. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Hunter Henry brings it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And quickly, they get to the line.
My next teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did. You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the...
And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So 2nd and 10 here. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going for it all. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Five yards left for the offense. It's second down.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
On play action, they'll throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So third and medium here, 3rd and 5.
Let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Throwing, Cook. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football, and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. 3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Let's go. Green,
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got time in the pocket. This will be caught at the 2. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
From the 2-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And now the Bears are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Watch 81, fellas. Watch 81. All right, here we go. Green. Over. Detroit.
Now Cook. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11.
Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll come out in the pistol. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
So it's his 3rd field goal now of the ball game, and they have needed his leg because this last one gives them the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, Brandon, but now you've got to tell your defense, hey, we need to stop here so we can let this momentum carry us through to the next drive.
And the Cardinals offense here ready to take over. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. To the right side to Eric Ebron. Give him 18 on that one. And it'll give the Cardinals a 1st down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Fresh set of downs here.
Let's go. 3-19.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On second down, Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing, Cook. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll look to throw here. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. 20.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football, we're not seeing it right now.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking for someone to throw to. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. This will be caught just inside the 10. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. 1st and goal here from the 2. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And you as a former defender should know that the referees are watching this closely, defensive holding.
They watch it awfully closely. I sure wish they'd let it be 5.5 yards like they do for the offensive guys. But in this case, they were strict with the rule.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Now Cook. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. come out here in the eye.
Here we go. Blue, line it.
They'll set up to throw. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They're going to look to throw. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Johnson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Green, 39.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 21st touchdown of the season. And now the Cardinals are within a 2-point conversion of tying up this game. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Let's go. Green.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The fumble, but they're able to maintain possession. Now it's second down.
Let's go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going down the middle, and it's complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And tough starting field position here. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw now in his own. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Guys, this game felt a bit weird all along the whole way through, and no better play maybe exemplifies that weirdness than that safety right there.
Partner, you've got a tie game and time running out. You've got to be ultra careful down on that end of the field, and this could very well be the play that decides this football game.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to it. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
No. Check. Patriot. Let's go. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. A nickelback added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking it about the 16. Muscles him off. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. And he will find his man on the outside. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards.
Gone. Let's go. Blue 90.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
319. 319.
And they'll stop it with 4 seconds showing on the clock. So now it all comes. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now it all comes down to Chandler Catanzaro. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And his kick is good. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Arizona, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Chicago, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.
Sports.